I'm going to proceed to you to share one of the data from the Department of Statistics Malaysia DOSM for us to understand the main statistics for the financial services or the financial sector. Firstly, I'm going to take a look of the number of active establishment. We can see we're going to start from this, where the number of establishment which has increased with annual growth rate 10.6%. From 2015, which was recorded at 15,945 establishment, and then it increased to 2022 with 32,245 active establishment. And we're going to take a look also at the value of gross output, which is annual growth rate of 5.0% from 2015 with 122.4 billion, and it has also increased by 172 billion ringgit on 2022. And the value of intermediate input, which was increased from 44.8 billion ringgit on 2015, and it also has increased to 61.9 billion ringgit 2022 with the annual growth rate of 4.7%. And the value added within the financial services, we can see from 2015 it was recorded at 77.6 billion ringgit. This is before pandemic COVID-19, with the annual growth of 5.1%, which has increased to 110.1 billion ringgit in 2022, the value added within the financial services. And numbers of persons engaged within these services, we can see it has increased from 319,633 persons from 2015 with the annual growth rate 2.3% to 375,793 persons on 2022. And for the salary wages, we can also an increase within this financial services with from 17.3 billion, it has increased to 24.7 billion ringgit on 2022 with the annual growth rate of 5.2%. And the value of fixed asset within these services, we can see an increase on 2022 to 314.8 billion ringgit with the annual growth rate of 3.6%. A number of women-owned establishments within this financial sector, we can also see an increase from 2015 back more than 10 years ago. It was 133 establishments, but with the annual growth of 7.0%, we can see an increase on 2022 that was recorded for 230 establishments for women-owned establishment. Next, we want to see one of the highest value added, and we're going to start with by activities before we go to the states. And firstly, we can see one of the highest value added by activity that was contributed by the monetary intermediations of activation, which increased from 2015 45.5 billion ringgit to 64.8 billion ringgit in 2022 with the annual growth rate at 5.2%. And the insurance takaful, reinsurance, retakaful and pension provident funding activities, which also increased in 2022 to 25.7 billion ringgit from 2015, which was recorded at 15.9 billion ringgit with the annual growth of 7.0%. And other financial services activity also included, also contribute to the highest value added, which increased by 19.0 billion ringgit on 2022. And lastly, the highest value added by state we can see is from Wilayah Persekutuan Kuala Lumpur, which recorded one of the highest value added if we count by states, which 2015 was recorded at 43.6 billion, but increased at 2022 to 61.5 billion ringgit with the annual growth of 5.0%, followed by Selangor, who recorded 19.7 billion ringgit at 2022, and Johor with the annual growth rate 5.1%, which recorded at 5.6 billion ringgit at 2022. And definitely not to forget also the rapid advancement of technology presents both opportunities and risks, and financial institutions must adapt to new technologies while safeguarding against cybersecurity threats. And now let's take a look on the conversations between the speaker and Nabila on how to address these challenges with effective solutions which are crucial for sustaining the growth and stability of financial services in the long term. Up next.